Listen carefully. If a man is seeking you while he's already married or has a girlfriend, the truth is simple. He doesn't want you. He wants what you can give him without commitment. Don't mistake attention for intention. He isn't choosing you. He's only sampling you. And that is the difference you must never ignore. When someone already has a partner yet comes looking for you, it is never about love, never about destiny, never about you're the one. It's about ego. It's about escape. It's about what's easy, what feels exciting, what strokes his pride in the moment. You need to ask yourself, if he's willing to disrespect the woman he's with, what makes you think you'll be treated any differently? If he betrays her to be with you, why would you expect loyalty when the novelty wears off? A man in that position is not building a future with you. He's borrowing you for a fantasy. He wants your attention, your admiration, your body, your energy, but not the responsibility that comes with love. He wants the thrill without the cost. And if you allow it, you become his distraction, not his destination. Now, here's the most dangerous lie women tell themselves in this situation. If he's with me, it's because I'm better than the one he's with. No. If he's with you while with someone else, it's not because you're better. It's because you're available. The truth hurts, but it sets you free. He's not proving your value. He's exposing his lack of character. And you must have the strength to see it clearly. What do men like this really want? They want convenience. They want validation. They want someone to fill the gaps their current partner doesn't fill. They want someone who won't demand too much because they already gave their promises to somebody else. You're not the center of their world. You're the side road they take to escape their responsibilities. But here's the thing. The way you respond defines your worth. If you allow yourself to be the secret, the backup plan, the temporary thrill, you are teaching him how to treat you. You are saying, I accept crumbs, even when I deserve the whole feast. That is not power. That is self-betrayal. When a man comes to you already committed, your answer should not be hesitation. It should be clarity. You say, if you want me, handle your life first. End what you have, clean your slate, and come to me as a free man. Until then, don't knock on my door. That is self-respect speaking. That is strength. That is the line that separates a woman who knows her value from a woman who doubts it. Because here's the truth. The woman who says no to being second best becomes unforgettable. The woman who sets the standard becomes magnetic. Men may be tempted by distraction, but they are anchored by respect. If you let him play you, he'll forget you the moment he's bored. But if you refuse to be an option, he'll remember you as the one he couldn't mess around with. Let me be direct. If you want a real relationship, don't start one in the shadows. If you want loyalty, don't settle for lies. If you want love, don't mistake lust for commitment. A man who seeks you while tied to someone else isn't proving he wants you. He's proving he doesn't deserve you. So what does a man truly want when he seeks you in this way? He wants the easy way out of his boredom. He wants his cake and to eat it too. He wants to feel like a man without acting like one. But none of that is love. None of that is honor. And none of that is worthy of you. Your power lies in walking away, in setting a standard so high that no man can cross it with half-truths and broken promises. Your power lies in showing that you'd rather be alone in dignity than together in betrayal. That's when you stop being a man's escape and start being a man's dream. Because here's the law. Respect attracts commitment. Desperation repels it. If you choose respect for yourself, the right man will see it and he'll rise to meet your standard. If you sell yourself short, you'll attract men who will forever keep you shortchanged. So the next time a man with a girlfriend or wife comes circling around you, don't be flattered, be focused. Ask yourself, is this what I deserve? Is this love or is this distraction? And then choose yourself, choose your dignity, choose your future. If he has someone else, he's not choosing you, he's using you. That is the truth you must face, no matter how flattering his attention may feel in the moment. A man who is already tied to another but comes to you is not honoring you, he's dishonoring both of you. He's not proving your worth, he's exposing his weakness. And if you confuse his pursuit for love, you will end up mistaking crumbs for a feast and lies for loyalty. Understand this clearly. When someone already has a partner but seeks you out, you are not the priority. You are the distraction. He isn't here to build with you. He's here to escape from what he already built. He's here to taste excitement without paying the price of responsibility. That's not love. That's convenience. And when you allow yourself to become his secret, his side story, his escape route, you're teaching him exactly how little he has to give to still keep you around. Don't let his attention blind you to his intention. Attention is cheap. Intention costs something. Love costs something. Commitment costs something. When a man already has someone else, he's showing you that he's unwilling to pay the price of honesty, integrity, and respect. He wants the thrill without the consequence. He wants the pleasure without the duty. He wants your body, your admiration, your energy, but not your future. If he was serious about you, he wouldn't be splitting his life in half. He would clear the space to choose you fully. Anything less is not a choice. It's a use. Too many people fall into the trap of thinking, if he's with me, it must mean I'm better than the one he's with. That's a dangerous lie. He's not with you because you're better. He's with you because you're available. If he truly believed you were better, he would end what he already has and choose you with clarity. But instead, he's trying to juggle both because he doesn't want to let go of his comfort while enjoying the thrill of you. That's not a man choosing, it's a man consuming. You need to ask yourself, if he's willing to betray her to be with you, what makes you believe he won't betray you when the next opportunity comes along if he's willing to lie to her? What makes you believe you're immune to those same lies? His behavior toward her is a window into your future. Don't ignore what it reveals. What a man truly wants in this situation isn't you. It's what you represent. You represent novelty. You represent validation. You represent an easy escape from his own boredom. He doesn't want to do the hard work of fixing what he has or facing himself. He wants someone who will give him excitement without demanding he grow. And if you accept that role, you will never become the queen of his life. You'll remain the side road he takes to avoid facing his own reality. But here's where your power comes in. You are not powerless in this. You have the choice to set the standard. You have the choice to say, if you want me, handle your life first. Be free. Be honest. Be whole. Then come to me. Until then, don't waste my time. That one line separates a woman who knows her worth from a woman who doubts it. That line says, I am not your second choice. I am not your backup. I am not your convenience. I am not the thrill you sneak away for. If you want me, you must step up and choose me. Otherwise, step aside. Because here's the secret. The woman who refuses to be used is unforgettable. The woman who sets the line high, who will not be seduced by lies, who values her dignity above attention, that woman leaves a mark. A man may forget the one who gave him everything too easily, but he never forgets the one who made him realize he wasn't enough as he was. He never forgets the one who demanded he grow before she gave herself. That is power. The truth is simple. If you accept being second, you will always be second. If you wait for him to choose you while he belongs to another, you're not waiting for love, you're waiting for heartbreak. Love is not built in shadows. Love does not thrive in secrets. Love is not proven in stolen moments. If you want the real thing, you cannot settle for the counterfeit. So, when you find yourself in this position, don't ask, what does he want from me? Ask instead, what do I want for myself? Do you want half a man? Do you want half a life? Do you want to live in the margins of someone else's story? Or do you want to be the only chapter that matters? The answer to that question is the answer to what you do next. You deserve more than being used. You deserve more than being hidden. You deserve to be chosen in daylight, not borrowed in darkness. And the moment you realize that, the game changes. You stop being another option. You become the standard. So remember this, if he has someone else, he's not choosing you, he's using you. And the only way to break free is to choose yourself first. Choose your worth, choose your dignity, choose your future. Do it once and you'll never be forgotten. Your worth is not proven by being an option, but by demanding to be the only choice. When someone treats you as one of many, you are not being valued, you are being tested. And every time you allow yourself to remain in that position, you silently teach them that your presence requires no decision, no commitment, no clarity. But your worth is not confirmed by someone's indecision. It is confirmed by your own standard. Understand this. Being wanted is not the same as being chosen. Anyone can want you for a night, for a thrill, for attention, for validation. But wanting you is easy. Choosing you requires courage. Choosing you requires sacrifice. Choosing you means someone has to close every other door and stand in front of yours with nothing behind them saying, it's you and only you. That is what you deserve. Anything less is not respect. It's convenience. Many people confuse attention with affection and affection with commitment. They think if he talks to me, if he texts me, if he spends time with me, that must mean something. But here's the truth. Attention costs nothing. It's the cheapest currency in relationships. Real love isn't proven by texts in the night, but by choices in the daylight. And if someone makes you an option, they are saying, I enjoy you, but not enough to stake my future on you. You're good, but not good enough to risk it all. Why would you ever accept that? Your worth is not about competing with others to prove who shines brighter. Your worth is about realizing that you don't belong in a competition at all. The moment someone places you on a shelf beside other options, the game is already lost because real love doesn't ask you to fight for space. Real love clears the space for you. Real love doesn't keep you guessing. It shows you. It makes you the only choice without hesitation. If you allow yourself to be one of many, you will always be waiting for scraps. You will always be living in the shadow of maybe. And here's the problem with maybe. It steals your time, it steals your energy, and it steals your confidence. You cannot build a future on maybe. You cannot build trust on maybe. You cannot give your heart to someone who is still holding auditions. The question you must ask is not, will they choose me? The question is, will I choose myself enough to walk away if they don't? That is where your power lies, not in waiting, not in hoping, not in proving. Your power is in refusing to be an option in someone else's indecision. A person who truly values you will never risk losing you by treating you like a backup. They will never gamble your presence against the idea of someone else. Because when they know your worth, they know you are irreplaceable, and they act accordingly. If someone isn't acting that way, then the truth is simple. They don't see you clearly enough. And it is not your job to force their vision. It is your job to protect your value. Think about it. If someone gave you the chance to be their second choice, would you feel honored? Would you feel cherished? Would you feel seen? Of course not. You would feel diminished. Yet how many times do people accept this role, thinking it's better than being alone? But loneliness with dignity is 1,000 times better than companionship with disrespect. Being alone is temporary. Settling for being an option makes disappointment permanent. And here's what happens when you set the line high. When you demand to be the only choice, you filter out the people who were never serious. The players disappear. The half-hearted fade away. The ones who only wanted you for validation lose interest. And what remains are the ones who are truly ready to stand up, step forward, and give you what you deserve. When you refuse to be one of many, you create space for the one who sees you as the one and only. The truth is, people respect what you demand. They may test you, they may push, they may see what they can get away with, but the moment you show that you are not afraid to walk away, you rise in their eyes. Respect is born from clarity. And clarity comes from boundaries. Boundaries say, this is who I am. This is what I accept. This is what I will never tolerate. And when you live by those boundaries, you stop attracting takers and start attracting givers. Your worth is not proven by someone finally picking you after testing others. Your worth is proven the moment you declare, I will not be tested. I will not be compared. I will not wait around to be chosen. If you don't see it, I will walk. Because I already know it. That is strength. That is confidence. That is how you go from being an option to being the standard. So remember this, never settle for being on the list. Be the only name. Never accept being the backup. Be the priority. Never wait for someone to make up their mind about you. Decide for yourself that your worth is non-negotiable. When you do, you will lose a few who only wanted half of you. but you will gain the one who is ready to give you everything. Your worth is not proven by being an option. It is proven by demanding to be the only choice. And when you live by that, you'll never need to chase love. Love will rise to meet you. Clarity and standards attract respect. Desperation only attracts regret. That is the law you cannot escape. The way you show up in love, in relationships, in life, dictates the way others treat you. When you are clear about who you are, what you deserve, and what you will accept, people respect you, even those who cannot meet your standard. But the moment you step into desperation, the moment you start begging, chasing, lowering your line just to keep someone close, you trade respect for regret. And regret is always the heavier burden. Think about it. When you're clear, you don't waste time. You don't linger in relationships that don't serve you. You don't wait for someone to change who has already shown you who they are. You don't beg someone to stay when their actions scream that they're halfway out the door. Clarity says, this is what I want. This is what I need. This is what I will never tolerate. And in that clarity, there is power. People may test you, but they cannot confuse you. They may try to push past your boundaries, but your line holds firm. And whether they stay or go, your respect remains intact. Standards are not walls to keep love out. They are filters to keep the wrong kind of love from slipping in. Standards are how you say to the world, I know my value and I will not discount myself for anyone. The right people rise to meet your standards. The wrong people fall away. That's how you know they work. But the moment you abandon your standards out of fear of losing someone, you don't keep them. You lose yourself. And when you lose yourself, you lose everything. Desperation whispers lies in your ear. It says, if I let go, I'll never find better. It says, if I don't fight harder, they'll leave me. It says, if I lower my standards, maybe they'll finally choose me. But here's the truth. Desperation never makes someone stay. Desperation only convinces someone that they can keep giving you less while taking more. The more desperate you are, the more you tolerate. The more you tolerate, the less respect you earn. And the less respect you earn, the quicker regret sets in. Respect is not built by pleading. It's built by presence. It's built by walking away when you're not treated right. It's built by showing that your love is valuable, but it is not free to those who cannot honor it. When you live with clarity and standards, you give people a choice. Rise to meet me or lose me. And in that choice, you discover who is truly worthy of your time. Desperation, on the other hand, gives no choice. It hands over all your power and says, do whatever you want, I'll still be here. And that is why desperation always ends in regret. Because you wake up one day realizing you taught someone to treat you like an option when you were meant to be the only choice. Clarity requires courage. It means risking that someone will walk away. It means standing firm even when it's lonely. But the alternative, living in confusion, lowering yourself just to hold on to someone who isn't holding on to you, is far more painful. You cannot attract respect from others until you live with respect for yourself. And self-respect is born the moment you say, I will no longer trade my dignity for temporary attention. When you are clear, people may not always like you, but they will respect you. When you set standards, people may not always stay, but the ones who remain are the ones who are worthy. And when you refuse to operate from desperation, you free yourself from the endless cycle of regret. The reality is this: clarity scares people who thrive on confusion. Standards intimidate people who rely on weakness. Desperation attracts people who are looking for someone to use. You get to decide which category you fall into. You get to decide whether your life will be built on the firm ground of clarity or the sinking sand of desperation. And let me be honest, choosing clarity and standards is not the easy path. It may mean losing people who once felt important. It may mean facing moments of silence and solitude. But in that space, you are making room for someone who respects you, values you, and chooses you fully. Desperation clings to anyone just to avoid being alone. Standards create space until the right person appears, and the right person always respects the space you guard. So here's the choice. Do you want the fleeting comfort of desperation followed by years of regret, or do you want the short-term courage of clarity followed by a lifetime of respect? One path costs you your self-worth. The other path protects it. One path leaves you questioning yourself every day. The other path reminds you that you were right to demand more. Clarity and standards attract respect. Desperation only attracts regret. Say it until it becomes the rhythm of your decisions. Live it until it becomes the filter for your relationships. Every time you feel the urge to chase, remind yourself, respect doesn't chase. Every time you feel the temptation to settle, remind yourself, standards protect me. Every time you feel afraid to lose someone, remind yourself, if losing them means keeping my dignity, I've already won. You do not need to beg to be loved. You do not need to fight to be seen. You do not need to lower yourself to be chosen. You only need to be clear about what you deserve and courageous enough to demand it. Because the moment you do, the world responds. People rise. Love rises. Life rises. Desperation shrinks you. Clarity expands you. Standards elevate you. And regret has no place where respect lives. Do this once and you'll never be forgotten.